Before this video started, I'd like to say thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to make this video. If you're seeing this video on a Tuesday, you are one of the channel's subscribers. If you're seeing this video on a Monday, a day before Tuesday, you are one of the paid members. And I just want to go ahead and say thank you so much for being a paid member. It's very cheap and I appreciate you for going out of your way to give to us and for helping us out with the stream. This week, we'll be interviewing one of the BookTok girlies, the Ohara girlies. I won't say which one. If you've been reading the comments of my videos, you know exactly which one. Speaking of comments, towards the end of this video, I will be reading those comments. But let's go ahead and start this reaction video like the way any other reaction video starts, from the beginning. Today we're going to be reacting to somebody new, somebody we haven't done before. I believe her name is Cait. Hello, Cait. Okay. Cait is going to Barnes & Noble. She got the omnibus. Okay. That was it? Cait, we need more. Did she do a review?
It is time to start volume 2. I do have a question for everybody who has read One Piece or has read like a lot of it. So a lot of people have left comments on the videos that I've posted so far of me like starting this journey and have said that One Piece is one of the greatest works of fiction, that this author is one of the best storytellers of all time. I enjoyed volume 1. I thought it was really cute. I definitely think it was more of like an intro to the characters, setting up the story, maybe a little bit of like lore building. Now what I want to know is, at what volume or what chapter do you think that this story really takes off? At what point were you...
Okay, so I have a lot of people disagreeing with me on this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it again. You can go ahead and disagree if you choose to. That is your free will, after all. So I believe that sure, a lot of people will say Arlong Park is when you're like, oh yeah, I really like this story. Oh yeah, I don't like this story. That's what a lot of people decide. Sure, with Arlong Park, I told myself, yeah, I'm going to continue watching this. With Alabasta, I told myself, I'm going to continue watching this. But the day that I realized this story is different, no other story is ever going to be like this. The day I made that realization was in 2 places. 1, in Marineford. 2, in Dressrosa. During the final arc of Dressrosa. Those were the days I realized no story is ever going to be like this. Where it got cemented was in Wano. For those of you who don't know Wano, yeah, I'm not going to say anything in Wano. But yes, so first I was like, you know what, this story is definitely different. Because other than that, it was like every other anime I had read up until then. I realized that Marineford, this is a different story. And then towards Dressrosa, I realized, yeah, this is definitely a different story. I'm never going to read anything like this. The day I realized that this is the best story I have ever read was in Wano. And yes, so it'll continue to like break the scales for you, Cait, but you'll see what I mean. But I would say Arlong Park, for anybody who's started, it's a decent place to stop if you don't like it, but yeah.
As a reader, like, yeah, this is it. I'm hooked. I'm in it. I cannot put this down. I love when a book like grips me like that, and I'm really excited for this story to do that because I don't think I have heard one bad review, which is crazy because normally you can find something on the internet.
There is a saying that goes, Cait, those who don't like One Piece have not read enough of it. Simple. It's just that simple. You either have not read it or you have not read enough. It's really that simple. I've never met anybody who's read through it that didn't like it.
Anyway, if you've read One Piece or you're further into the story, I would love to know at what point were you just hooked. It is time to start volume 2.
Okay, so I'm definitely going to get copyrighted for this, but since this was volume 1, you didn't give a review of volume 1, Cait. You finished volume 2, but I also don't see a review of it. I mean, was that the last One Piece video? Cait, I need to know your thoughts on One Piece. We need to know where else you are. But yeah, I look forward to your journey, Cait.
One Piece.
This is another person that's new to our reactions. Her name is Sophia. It seems like Sophia. Sincerely, Sophia. Nice to meet you, Sophia. Let's go ahead and see where you're at on your journey.
Please prove to me that fun books and genres will always be superior to serious books. One Piece.
But One Piece it can be a serious book if you give it time.
This was the first manga that I've read and it did not disappoint.
Okay.
Volume 1 was absolute perfection. I grew up on Sailor Moon, so obviously nothing is ever beating that. One Piece Volume 1, flawless. No note. Let me realize, I think...
How does that Mortal Kombat thing go again? Flawless victory. Oh yeah.
Manga, graphic novels, has to be my actual, and comic books has to be my actual favorite genre. Like, I read across genres, but these fun books are my favorites. Serious genre just can't beat the pure, innocent, playful fun that, these comic books and graphic novels offer. Then it made me wonder, how come Oscar nominations are always really serious films? How come it's never like a mainstream comedy? Unless it's satire and has a very grown-up point to make and is dressed up ever so wittily. Comedy with monocles. Why does serious have to mean important? Fun is important too, It made me think about the people who mock reality TV and people who watch reality TV. Obviously, they're far
I feel like this is less of a One Piece review and more of a review on the movie/film genres of the world.
Too mature to be watching things like that. And they think that people who consume it must be like a bimbo. Yes, I have a degree in law and I studied journalism, so I'm definitely not a bimbo. And even if you are a bimbo.
Just in case we didn't know, guys, in case we didn't know, okay, Sophia has a degree in law, therefore not equal bimbo, okay? In case you didn't know.
So what? Bimbos are fun.
Oh, okay.
There is nothing wrong with reading books or watching genres or shows that don't require you to think too much. In fact, I think it's very, very necessary that you do. If anything, you sound awfully pretentious, darling. It's giving Vivian from Legally Blonde. Okay, now that I've finished with the social commentary, back to One Piece.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It took me quite a while to get used to reading, backwards. Luffy is like the archetypal main character. He's fearless, he's kind, he's brave, he's adventurous, and he's eager to become king of the pirates and find the treasure of One Piece. And he swallows Gum Gum, a devil fruit that gives him magical kind of powers. He's basically rubber. He becomes rubber. And as an aspiring pirate, obviously it helps to be able to swim. I also loved Kobe in the first book, and I was so gutted to see that he wasn't going to be continuing in the next books. I thought he was the perfect adventure companion. He gave Samuel Tarly energy. So shocked at how much fun I had with this. Then I watched the anime and I was really, really disappointed because they introduced Nami from the jump, and I was like,
right,
what's going on here? Why did they do that? I felt like her presence would have been so much more impactful if they brought her on later on, and I feel like the source material, the first volume was so perfect.
Yep.
It didn't need any kind of changes.
Yeah.
I was flabbergasted. I was actually upset. I was so upset that they didn't continue after the first. I didn't even finish the episode. That's how annoyed I was. I wanted a scene by scene, detail by detail adaptation of the book, and I didn't get that. The second volume was just filler central. What was that? What was the point? You brought nothing except for, you know what? The highlight of the second volume was Shoo Shoo the dog. That's it. Poor Shoo Shoo. Poor Shoo Shoo. The third volume was a lot better, although it was quite tedious. It was a bit boring at the start. Eventually, when he meets the new townspeople, they're very charming. I really, really like that Usopp's crewmates are named after their head shape. So that's carrot, pepper, and onion. And the way Usopp went to cheer up Kaya every day when she was bedridden after losing her parents. And the way he said to her, I heard you weren't feeling too well. I'm here to tell you stories to cheer you up. I thought that's so sweet. Love disguised as silliness. How cute. How Karan Kapoor from Humptum of him, which, by the way, is my favourite ever romance. Pura, on the other hand, that was a great plot twist. Honestly, I didn't expect that. I thought, oh my god, initially I thought he's so lovely, he's such a gentleman, he's so kind, and then plot twist. I was shocked. I didn't see that coming. So deceptive. I was blindsided. The fact that Luffy gave up his treasure for the townspeople so they could rebuild, the town, I thought that was so sweet. And yes, he was mostly the reason for the destruction of the town. Still, it's still very, very sweet. There's one part that I just loved and it just cracked me up, and it's the fact that Gaimon, this character called Gaimon, he was talking about how 20 years alone in the forest had made him develop a unibrow. But you go back to the flashbacks and you see that all along he's always had a unibrow. reminds me of this girl from my school who said, I would have had eyelashes like yours if something hadn't happened to her. Sure, sweetie, sure. Okay.
I'm learning a lot about you, Sophia. I'm learning a lot about you.
Okay. Now I have something very, very important to say, and it's very, very crucial that you listen.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
Do you have the manga series? If you do have it, you need to give it to me.
Huh?
I'm not joking. There's so many books in the series.
I mean, sure. Go ahead and contact me, and I'll be sure to order one for you. So yeah. Let me see. Did you do any other One Piece reviews? One Piece. It seems you do food reviews as well. Other than that, but yes, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This is Sophia's page right here, and yeah, go ahead and follow her, and hopefully she does more One Piece reviews.
I'm just gonna.
First of all, Kay, the disrespect of dropping us. Okay, why would you? Why?
Throw you, apparently. I do normally place you there, and I don't have a problem.
Hello, Kay.
How does that tumble?
Nice to meet you again.
I just want to show you that I got this.
Okay.
Because I'm almost finished this.
Okay.
That was it. I'm sorry about throwing you. That was so rude.
That was okay. Thanks, Kay. We're very well aware now. We hope to see you again, Kay.
I have never read manga a day in my life.
Okay.
But I decided that I'm going to
This is a person we haven't done before. Her name is I prefer books over people. That does not tell me much about your name. That does not tell me. I'm gonna call you Strawberry because you're wearing a strawberry pajama hoodie.
Reading the One Piece series.
Okay.
For some context, my brother called my phone like 2 days ago and begged me to give this series a chance. Volumes 1, 2, and 3 of One Piece.
Your brother did you a favor because here you are on our videos.
Let's open it. Ooh, oh my god. It really is from back to front. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to. Now I have to read from right to left.
Right.
Oh, my dyslexia is gonna go crazy. Never read manga a day in my life.
Okay.
I've never even read comic books. I have no idea what One Piece is about. All I know is he wears this hat. That's about it. I don't know if this is a boy or it's a man. I don't know what the hell. I don't know where it's set. I don't know anything about this. I'm going into this completely blind, and I kind of want to keep it that way. Do know that this series is extensive. So this is going to take me a while to get through, but I'm excited to start. I'm only 3 pages in and Luffy done stabbed himself in the face. What is happening?
Ah, right. We're in America. So far, I like you, Strawberry. You're pretty cool.
What is going on? Reading from the opposite direction is beating my ass a little bit. It
Okay.
is. Red hair Shanks, I already don't like you. We have beef immediately on behalf of Luffy, okay? Don't be doubting him. I don't even know him yet, but don't doubt him. If he said he's a pirate, he's a pirate. Pirates don't drink milk. What's the lore behind that? I don't understand. Because I would have drank the milk too. Wait. Mountain bandits.
This guy stinks!
Boo. Terrible name. Boo. Luffy would be a New Yorker because he's about that action. Like, he wants the smoke 24/7. Like, we just started the story. Gum fruit is like the fruit of the devil. Is definitely giving me some religious allegories. I don't know if I'm reaching, but it's definitely giving the Garden of Eden and he wasn't supposed to eat that apple. I'm halfway through chapter 1. I'm locked in now. I understand how to read this. The pictures helping me understand.
Good job, Strawberry.
Right to
We're proud of you,
left, top
Strawberry.
to bottom. I'm immersed. I have never read manga a
I
day.
I need more.
Wow.
Okay, all right.
I owe you an apology. I wasn't
Shanks.
finished with the chapter before I judged you.
Oh, yeah.
You're a real one. You lost an arm.
Uh-huh.
Lost an arm. Said it's no big deal. Respect. Now I'm gonna continue on to chapter 2. Oh, we got a new ship, new characters. Okay. Lady Alvida. Oh, Kobe's so cute. Is she being mean to him? Why are they only showing her eyes? What does she look like? Oh, look at this big bitch. There's no way. Ew. Yeah. Go back to just showing her eyes. No. See, Luffy has that kind of delulu that you need. Like, if you're not gonna die trying to achieve your dreams, don't even try at all. Old Biddy is mad funny. I'm telling you, he's a New Yorker. So glad he called her an old hag because that's exactly what she is. I know that's right, Kobe. Step up He's entirely made of rubber. That's so crazy. The Navy is so random, but okay.
Not the Navy!
That is the end of chapter 2. It is the next day, but I am still reading One Piece.
Oh, Strawberry is not wearing Strawberry anymore. Now I don't know what to call you. I'm gonna call you Strawberry, but black. Strawberry Black. Ooh, that sounds badass. That sounds like a cool main character name. Strawberry Black.
I am on to chapter 3. Let's go. Oh, wait. I wanted to do predictions. Okay. I think that Kobe and Luffy are going to get to the naval base and some enemy is going to come out. And then Luffy going to beat his ass. That's all.
If that isn't the most loose prediction I've ever seen.
Is he on the back of a shark? Oh my god, is that a tiger shark because of the spots? Kobe needs to be his navigator. They're pissing me off by dragging this out. They're gonna be together for a long time, or they better be.
Roronoa?
She said it right. Roronoa, yeah.
See, it is religious allegories, because why they got him tied up like he on the cross? I said that in my first video. This has a lot of religious allegories, and I am correct.
Yes, you are, Strawberry Black.
Roronoa.
Roronoa Zoro. But hey, we all learn.
Luffy is crazy. He trying to break this nigga out of jail. Who is this? Who's this little girl? Oh, she made him rice balls. What's with everybody in this world being mean to children? Like, Helmepo?
Yep.
And he's stomping her shit out. Damn.
I started dancing.
Yeeted her over the fence. What is happening? Oh, he's only in jail for protecting her. So he's a sweetie pie is what I'm hearing. He's a sweetie pie. I feel like I'm gonna like him. Captain Morgan keeps sugaring me up because that's a liquor brand. See, I knew it. I knew he was gonna go to that base and beat somebody's ass. I am correct again. Not him making an enemy out of the Navy. Okay, and that is the end of chapter 3. I told you, I knew he was gonna go up there and start. That's all.
With that fighting form, you should never be a pirate. Strawberry Black, don't ever be. You wouldn't make it past the curfew. No, you're not for the streets. We love you, Strawberry Black. This is good. I want to review more of your videos. I will review more of them, for sure. Okay, we have Mads. All right, this is a spoiler-free review from Mads. Let's check it out.
Another book talker here, reading One Piece for the first time, and I have my first update for you guys. First of all, if you're from the manga community, I just want to say welcome to the BookTok side of things, and thank you so much for embracing us with open arms into your wonderful community. Everyone has just been so nice so far. It's amazing to see a community that is so passionate about the thing that they love, the thing here being One Piece, that not only do you want to share it with us, but you're so excited to experience the journey for the first time through our view. With that being said, this is my very first manga. Did not really know how this was going to go, but I'm happy to report that I actually couldn't sleep after I started reading this, and I ended up just like getting up and reading not only volume 1 but also volume 2 and volume 3 in one sitting. I can't tell you the last time I lost.
I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you, Mads. I'm very proud of you.
Sleep over a book or a story, and 3 volumes, that's kind of a lot, right? Like, this thing's kind of thick. Love everything.
I am a horrible person. I thought of something else when she said, yeah, I need to get off the internet.
About this, I did not know how I would adjust to the new medium, the reading right to left, the understanding the order of the frames. However, I did watch a few guides to prepare myself, and once I got started, it flowed very seamlessly for me. And I don't know if any ADHD guys or girlies will relate to this. Something about the art style of manga just like scratches my brain just right. Opening up the manga and the chaos all over the page, it just makes sense to my brain. I'm hooked. This, to me, feels like a warm hug. And I know that it's not just a happy pirate story. I know that this is going to be a journey, and there are themes here, dark themes, sad themes, heavy themes to be found if you're looking for them. And if there's one thing about BookTok, we're going to tear this thing apart. We're going to analyze it. We're going to do character study. We're going to do study on the themes. So if that's what you've been waiting on as part of the manga community, if you feel like people in your community are not appreciating this for all that it is, you're in the right place with us, because we will absolutely do that. But just something about Luffy, man, like, he is so wholesome and dedicated, and like, he has a dream and he's not giving up on it, and no one's gonna tell him no. I just find his character very likable. I feel very drawn to Zoro. Correct me if I'm pronouncing any of these wrong. I'm trying my best.
You're doing really
Zoro
good so far.
is very captivating to me. I would like to know more about him. I really enjoyed the flashbacks from his childhood and what brought him to his current dream. I do have to report I have not cried yet. While the scenes with Choo Choo were sad, it takes a lot to make me cry, but I love reading the comments from the seasoned One Piece readers who are just laughing at everyone crying over Choo Choo and basically saying like, oh honey, if you're crying over the Choo Choo scene, like, you got a storm coming ahead. I love this so far, and this has escalated very quickly. One moment. So yeah,
she's hooked. Mads, you're not going anywhere anytime soon.
This is my new obsession. Thanks for being.
Okay, I gotta. Oh yeah, Mads.
Don't be shocked. You're shocked? You're shocked?
Oh yeah. You gotta do more, Mads. You gotta do more. We need more.
It's One Piece update time.
Oh, she did do more. I'm done. Look, listen. I might be a little retarded. Only on Tuesdays. Okay? All right?
And I want to talk about the Orange Town arc. So I did put out an initial video after I started One Piece, just letting you guys know what I thought overall of my first experience with manga. But I really feel like I did not do the first couple of arcs justice in talking about specific scenes, what I thought, and what I'm hearing from the community is you guys want to get into the details and hear me yap, which I'm a yapper. I love to yap, so let's get into kind of like the bones of this story and what some of my favorite parts were from the Orange Town arc.
Okay.
The Orange Town arc ended with Luffy and Zoro and Nami defeating Buggy and his crew and leaving that island with Buggy's stolen ship and half of his treasure, including the map of the Grand Line. So some of my favorite parts from this arc, let's get into it. Wouldn't be an Orange Town update if I did not talk about Choo Choo. So yes, Choo Choo sitting outside of his owner's store, even though he knows he's never coming back because that store was his treasure, definitely pulled on my heartstrings a little bit. I said in my last video, I did not cry, but still Choo Choo, I loved him. I'm a dog person. I love dogs. So anytime there's a dog, I'm here for it. I'm sad. It was very heartwarming. And then I loved at the end of the arc, as they're leaving the island, Choo Choo being the one to kind of hold back the town people and allow Luffy and Zoro and Nami to make it onto the ship so that they could exit safely. I just loved his return and him like knowing that Luffy was one of the good ones. Also just loving all the lore around Luffy's hat that Shanks gave to him. When I had to see the hat being destroyed over and over and like stabbed and damaged, it really actually kind of stressed me out, because you can already tell how much of a symbol this hat is to the series and how much it means to Luffy, because really Shanks was the first person who believed in him, and that meant everything, and that is what started this whole journey. So I loved reading about that, and then also just finding out that Shanks knew Buggy like long time ago and actually saved his life after he ate the devil fruit. And after seeing all that go down with Buggy, I really think he should have just left him in the water. But anyways, I know all the BookTok girlies are loving Zorro, and I'm so sorry, but I have to completely agree. That scene where he had been...
Why? It's always him. It's always him. It's the do-rag. That's why I have a do-rag today. I have it's called the do-rag, like hypnosis. I would know. I'm wearing the do-rag, and you've all fallen in love for me already, automatically. Okay, I don't even want to hear nothing. You fallen in love. Okay, shut up. You can't keep getting away with this, man. It's always Zorro.
Stabbed by Buggy's second crewmate, I think it is, was like, let me just stab myself in this injury so that I can actually prove that I'm the greatest swordsman ever. The gasp, I gasp. He's just a baddie. Like, I love him. I really loved the ending of this arc, just the three of them trying to make it to the ship, and Nami finding out that Luffy left his half of the treasure behind that he was supposed to be carrying. And she's basically like, you idiot, what are you doing? What are you thinking? That was my treasure. And he said that the town was going to need the money to rebuild. And this was a pivotal moment for me because so far, Luffy's been a pretty selfish guy. You know, it's all about him and him wanting to be the greatest pirate and find the treasure. And like, he's been very me-centric, and I feel like this was our first time really seeing him focus outward on, you know, someone outside of himself, and he wanted to help the town, and I thought that was really sweet. Luffy and Nami just giggling to each other like as the ship pulled out. I mean, I really just see the beginnings of a great friendship happening here, and you guys better not spoil anything in the comments for me. But I need this friendship to go somewhere. I need Nami to stick around. I just loved that little part of them laughing as the ship pulled away. I stand by what I said, that this manga feels like a warm hug. I'm reading some really heavy books right now on the side at the same time. And every time I come back to this, I just feel so excited to pick it up. So it's going to get stressful, but I also see this being like a comfort series. Can I say series? I'm about halfway through the next arc, but probably in the next day or so, I'll have another update up. Follow for more One Piece. It's One Piece update time. Does the perfect book exist to read over Thanksgiving?
All right, Mads, we're going to need more of these from you. We're definitely going to need a lot more. This is beautiful. I truly, truly enjoy this. Okay, so for those of you guys who do not know, in this BookTok's Like in One Piece series, we have a few stapled girls. Okay, these are the Ohara girlies, the main Ohara girlies. Okay, they are Becky, Becky the Evangelist, red hair Mari, Sarah Sparrow, Cherry Cheddar, and Juliette, of course. I don't think I'm missing anybody else. We have Jess. We got to figure out a nickname for Jess. We haven't figured out one for Jess. We have Jess. I'm trying to figure out the ones that we do have a nickname for. But yes, we got to go ahead and add them to this video in some form or fashion. So give me a second as I go look for some of their videos. It did not take me very long to find Juliette's videos. Let's go ahead and check her out.
One Piece, the more my suspension of disbelief just keeps going higher and I'm getting used to it. Regular novels and regular fantasy novels that I'm used to reading, like these high epic fantasy. Let me show you an example of my favorite fantasy of all time, Wave Kings, by Brandon Sanderson series, the Stormlight Archive. When it comes to setting the world building and the magic systems, when an author sets a magic system in their world, the things that happen with the main characters and their powers need to make sense for that world. Not for our world, but for the world that it's written in.
Right.
For example, our main character here, Kaladin Stormblessed, is a man who survives the oddest accidents, like fates that no other man should survive. And there are always little hints on why he survived that you pick up by the end of the book, right? He always has these gemstones in his hands clutched or in his pockets that emit stormlight. So stormlight in this novel is like something that they store in little gems that is an effect of the storms that happen in this world. They have like hurricanes that happen regularly in Roshar in this universe, and these hurricanes recharge their gemstones and they use them for like scribes, for like just regular energy and light. But there's old lore that used to say that these gemstones and the stormlight used to give people extraordinary powers. Our main character turns out to be one of those people, and it's just like the regeneration of that lore.
Did you just spoil the story for us? You didn't even tell us like spoiler warning or nothing. Juliette, like you're just harassing us.
Of this, we learn that he survived this extraordinary storm that nobody else can survive because one of his teammates, his crewmates, made him hold these stones during the storm. And so while he was actively like dying and being injured from the stone, his body was regenerating itself because of the stones in his hand, because the stones were regenerating, and the more he breathed in the stormlight, the more he healed, even though he was actively being injured. So he survived barely death that nobody else should have survived, based off of magic and lore that we already knew in this universe. With that being said, when characters like Zoro have insane, incredible like stamina to the point where like Zoro can survive not just a fight by the strongest swordsman in the world, in the One Piece world, but he can also fight even though he's heavily injured Arlong's men, enough to hold them off so that Luffy can come and take over. The same way that I told you, like I just chucked it, for example, after like thinking like this man is insanely strong and he has really incredible stamina, but then I chucked it off like he's been training his whole life to be a swordsman, so like him being strong would make sense. And the same with Sanji, like he grew up with Chef Zeph. Before he was with Chef Zeph, we don't know where he was. But Chef Zeph is known for being like a little abusive with his kicks and stuff. And so Sanji took the kicks thing from him, and I felt like he could endure pain because of Chef Zeph, and maybe he was abused as a child because it's a very common fantasy trope. Like, have you met Aelin Galathynius? Do you want me to introduce you to Arobin? It's just, I have to like separate regular fantasy tropes and try to like get used to the manga tropes. People are just strong because, like, Usopp was being crushed by Mr. Five's partner, Miss Valentine, because she can like increase her weight, and she was like standing on him and he just walked it off. Mind you, Usopp, no training that we know of, no devil fruit that we know of. He just has his slingshot, a dream of becoming a warrior, and his lies. Yet he just walks it off like nothing happened. Like, I have to rewire my brain to thinking like, okay, in this universe, in things don't need to make sense most of the time.
No, no. More often than not, they don't need to make sense. You are correct, Juliette. More often than not, they don't need to make sense, and it is just for the silly and gags. But you are not off. You are not off. That's all I'm gonna say. You are not off. Sometimes it does make sense for certain characters.
Just happen. So the more I read One Piece,
that's the Juliette video for today, I guess. Sorry, we had to add an Emily video as well. So she read the part where he ate his leg. Aww, Emily, you're so cute. Aww.
Actually,
so here we have a video where Lisa is coming back at somebody for being rude. Let's go ahead and read what the comment that person said first, okay?
I finished another One Piece arc, so let's talk.
The person stated, Let me educate you. The fights are half the story. We see them struggle to impose their worldview. Luffy didn't suffer through the fight because it was fun, but because it was necessary. He stand his ground for everybody who was present. If this is what you think of fights, I don't want to hear you say that every time an arc is finished, a fight is not a skippable event. It's a commitment from both the characters and the reader. I understand where this person is coming from, but I think they also misinterpreted what Lisa was saying, which is dumb. Also, have we reacted to this video yet? I don't know if we have reacted to this video. Tell me down in the comments below if we have reacted to this video. If we haven't, I'll come back to it. Let's go ahead and look at her response.
Let me educate you. Sounds condescending, doesn't it? But I'm sure you weren't trying to be condescending one bit at all, right? Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. If you truly wanted to educate me about One Piece, you could have been less condescending about it. Also, I don't really think you can educate me on my opinion. I just stated opinion. I just said, I thought this fight was a little bit boring and a little bit long. Didn't say the fights were skippable. Didn't say they weren't necessary either, so I don't really know where you're coming up with that, but that's okay.
Yeah, you tell them. Yeah.
Also, you said, if this is what I think about fights, then you don't want to hear it from me after every arc.
Well, I don't want to hear it. I mean, let me out. I don't like these people. I don't like these people. You know what? We're excommunicating him from the one as the ambassador, chief ambassador of the One Piece community. We are excommunicating this person from the One Piece community for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Yes. You are no longer welcomed in the One Piece community for 3 weeks. 3 of them weeks.
The great thing about TikTok is you actually don't have to listen to me at all. You could just, scroll. Keep scrolling. And I also didn't say the fights were unnecessary or skippable. Again, I just said it was a little bit boring for me. Just that one fight. I like the other fights so far, but you have a nice day. Actually, let me educate you. Sounds content.
Read One Piece.
Hello, red-haired Mari. Let's see where you're at. I mean, I know where you're at, but let's see what this video's about.
Read it. You're going to have a good time.
Okay.
Read it.
All right.
You can read it for $3 a month on Shonen Jump. Read it. You're totally not going to be obsessive about it, and you're totally going to still do other things.
No.
They said.
No.
Well, let me tell you, all I've done is cry, drain my bank account, and not do anything other than fucking read One Piece for the past almost 4 weeks. I go and I buy the first 4 omnibuses because I'm like, okay, that's a good start. I'll read that.
A good start? You know how many books are in an omnibus? Guys, let's go ahead and buy the first 8 to 9 volumes. That's a good start. That's a little bit more of a... I feel like you're already committed if you're buying 8 to 9 volumes. Don't you think? No?
That, and then we'll see how I feel. And maybe it won't even be that crazy. Maybe I won't even like it that much. And maybe it'll just be, I gave it a shot and now we're done. No.
Okay.
Then I started reading Skypiea and I was like, fuck, I have to have the physicals because I am an obsessive person. So I go and I buy the 2 box sets. And now I'm like, this isn't enough. Then I go and I buy more copies and more copies and more copies and more copies and more copies because I don't.
I'm not saying you're crazy, red-haired Mari, but maybe we need a health checkup. Red-haired Mari, this is your health checkup. Okay. Listen. Everybody, sit down. Red-haired Mari, how are you doing today? Okay. All right. Okay. Have you read One Piece today? Yeah. Okay. Now stop. Relax. Breathe. Just breathe, red-haired Mari. It's okay. Just relax. Okay. Now what I want you to do is go outside for a walk. Okay? And just enjoy reality and society for a minute. Okay? All right? You need to take a break. Breaks are healthy. Okay? You need to take a break. All right? And then once you're done, Just enjoy like a nice little coffee. It's the winter season. Enjoy some eggnog, okay? And if you don't like eggnog, we're not gonna get along very well. I love eggnog. Please just relax, red-haired Mario. Just relax. You can get back to One Piece in a little bit. Just rest. What?
How to like something normally. And unfortunately, I've read almost 500 chapters in less than 4 weeks, which I know some
I am worried about your health.
people are like, hey, that's kind of slow.
That's kind of slow.
But you have to
500 chapters. That's kind of slow, huh? Okay.
remember that I work a 9 to 5.
Oh, same.
And I am an adult. So I have to do things like clean my house and eat. And that takes up time of my day that I could be reading, but I can't.
Imagine. Wow.
So anyways, all of that to say, anyone that says you can casually like One Piece, I applaud you for your restraint. Because I don't have that. Anyways, goodbye.
All right, well, that happened. Okay. Wow. Can somebody go check up on red-haired Maury, please?
You guys didn't tell me there were gonna be bugs. Okay, so I truly meant to finish Jaya, but you guys are right. There's way too much info in here.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Sorry. I should have done an introduction. This is Cheddar. Say hello to Cheddar. Okay, now let's get back to the video.
Here, and I'm taking, look, okay, I have my notes. I've been taking notes. I was not expecting the bugs. Not just regular bugs, but there's like hordes of bugs, and they're gigantic bugs. I hate bugs. I do not like bugs. Spiders especially. There are all kinds in here, but I guess before we cover the bugs, let's go over what I have found out. So one of you said in the comments to go back to when Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji were in the ship, diving. And the only thing that really stood out to me was the fact that there was a single feather trapped in a chest. And I thought that was odd because you'd think there would be treasure in the chest, and the only thing that was in there was a lone feather. So we find out about Nolan. Nolan the Liar is what he's called, and it's like a famous pirate tale. And essentially, he discovered this city of gold. There was gold everywhere, and then he took the king and several soldiers. When they arrived, it was gone, and the king demanded that Nolan be executed because he lied. And Nolan didn't lie. He thought that maybe it sunk underneath the sea, and the island that this gold was on was Jaya. So I guess Jaya it's rumored that it's sitting on a bunch of pirate treasure. So the guy that they are meeting with is actually in cahoots with the monkey men. So they're all friends now, which is great. So he also helps the crew get educated about the Sky Island. So it is in fact real. And the turtle event where everything got really, really dark. So it's all indicative of the way to get to the island, and I wasn't far off. So it's not quite a geyser that will shoot the ship up, but it's like an ocean current. So essentially there's like a cavern under the ocean floor, and when the two currents come smashing together, it shoots a stream of water up for like a solid minute. So this island is way up in the sky. So the Go Mary is not prepared for this at all. So they need to reinforce it. And then important part here about the bird, they need a south bird. They need to capture one so that they know which direction to go, so that they can make it to this current on time and get to the right place. So that would explain why there was a random feather in a chest. They probably had a south bird. So now they're in the jungle hunting this south bird, and the birds are commanding all of these disgusting insects to fight them. So they're being chased by giant grasshoppers and spiders and ladybugs and centipedes. It's disgusting. Luffy's comment to Zoro about Zoro being more directionally challenged than a bird was hilarious. It literally audibly made me laugh out loud. I thought that was so funny. And then he's teamed up with Robin. So the fact that Robin goes, oh, that's the way we just came, and he was all mad because he is terrible with directions. Nami hates bugs, and I'm like, girl, I'm right there with you. They're disgusting. And now Bellamy has arrived on the island. This dude needs to stick his tongue back in his mouth. Come on, we're not a toddler. Stick your tongue back in your mouth. So we're gonna have to deal with them, I assume. That's where I'm at. You guys are right. There's a lot of world building and info dumping happening, so I needed to check in. But yes, check in soon.
I'm proud of you. This is great. This is great. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you're enjoying Jaya. Okay. And whoever commented that she should go check the chest, I'm glad you actually did comment that. That's something very interesting. And then she didn't need to understand that part, but she did. And I really enjoyed that. Okay, so for those of you who do not know, Becky went on a One Piece thrift store recently, and we're going to be reacting to that. Oh, just a thrift store in Japan. Never mind. Some of these are spoilers. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna get copyright for this, huh? I just thought about it. I'm gonna get copyrighted for this song. Oh! This is cool. Oh, this is cool. This is nice. Oh, that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Okay, 12 books that describe me as a reader. Becky, what are you wearing?
2, 1, 2, 3, 1.
Are we gonna talk about this? Are we gonna talk about this? Are we gonna talk about this, Becky? Explain yourself. You look scary. Okay, I'm also pretty sure I'm gonna get copyrighted for that song too. First of all, W husband, okay? So she says, my husband came home with yet another gift for me. By the way, today is his birthday. We're 3 days late, okay? 4 days if you're watching this on a Tuesday, okay? We're 4 days late, but happy belated birthday, okay? Can everybody go ahead and comment happy birthday, Becky's husband, okay?
You're too good to be.
I'm also gonna get copyrighted for this too. Damn. Becky, why?
True like a dream with a view.
That's so cute. We love him. He's so cute. Oh, is this Hime? I know Hime. She does One Piece reviews, actually. She's a recent One Piece content creator, right? Like, she's been doing it for about, maybe a year or so. Not that long, right? I think. Yeah, I've seen some of her videos show up on, like YouTube and stuff. I know Hime. Yeah. I would infiltrate the level 6 of the most dangerous underwater prison and declare war on the world government if they took you away from me. But that's too nerdy for you to understand. I understand this one, Hime. I understand this one. I also know that the audio is going to copyright me. So if you're watching this like hours/days later after it's been uploaded, don't worry, the audio is not there no more. I probably muted the audio. But if you're watching this before, then you get to see the audio.
Love me, love me, love me.
Good job, Bohemian. Okay, so the video is already over, but I did promise you guys I would start reading the comments. So here are the comments I'll be reading today. From Vix, we have Fitz is looking kind of fire. Loki gotta get me that. Keep your closet open. Oh, whoa. Hold on. What you mean by hello? Leave my closet alone. From Ray5, yeah, I teared up again too. What are you talking about? We're never ready. Yeah, no, you're never gonna be ready for everything that happens in One Piece. Sanji defenders have to jump through hoops, man. Best of luck. I'm not a Sanji defender. I'm a Sanji fan. I don't need to defend him. He doesn't need defending. Rayfire said, the way you say Sarah reminds me of the French resistance bits on Animaniacs. Me and my colleagues, que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. I know that song. Another great video. Thank you for watching my recommendations. Well, of course, Cherry Cheddar. Why wouldn't we? I am currently reading Red Rising. I'm almost done with book 1. I am curious, are there any books you want me to read, Cherry Cheddar? I am curious on that. From Christina, we have really disappointing how some miserable people, bro, I don't know how to read. How some miserable people go around harassing the new readers. Super happy with how supportive you are though. I am a very supportive person. Only on Tuesdays. After Tuesdays, I am not very supportive. From Drew Shines, YA equals young adult. Ah, so that's what YA means. I always see book talkers say YA. I see. I've been on the internet too long because you see, YN stands for young niggas. So I presume there was something similar to that, or like yearly anniversary, which wouldn't make any sense. Thank you for telling me that. From Rayfire, Trashly has a One Piece notebook. She needs to invest in a bigger notebook. Yeah, she does need to invest in a bigger notebook. You heard that, Trashly. Invest in a bigger notebook. No, Becky, it's not a spoiler. Luffy is a greedy idiot. Well, you heard it here, Becky. And that's where we're going to end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your family and friends. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Stay classy. And thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to make this video.